Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As a recording time of 8:21 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum currently trading $3,789, up about 2.12% so far. As you can see clearly on the left side of the chart, the entire crypto market is relatively, up or flat at the moment for respective altcoin. But in juxtaposition to the equity side, we are seeing clearly that the stock futures are relatively down at the moment, with Dow Jones currently down close to about 0.2%, Nasdaq approximately just around the same, and S&P 500 down about 0.12% so far, right? Just in a recent observation, right, from our yesterday's depictions, we saw a huge sector rotation, or just another euphemism for Santa Claus rally or window dressing among the hedge fund community. And we saw the sector rotation coming out of a lot of the stable, um, you know, uh, big name stocks like the FANG stocks of the world. Out of those, which, if you look at yesterday's chart, you see that they were relatively kind of flat, right? And what the funds and obviously the retail investors were doing is to shift their portfolio out of those stocks and then shift directly into more of these small cap, high growth stocks, right? And as of yesterday, we heard from the Chinese government that they have announced that they will be focusing on consumption recovery and reduce some of the income tax rates on their domestic front going forward, right? So with that optimistic or frankly more friendly tone as an announcement, it gave a big boost among the Chinese stocks, which are most of the time like the Chinese EV stocks, the Chinese tech stocks, which are most of the time like the smaller caps, high growth stocks. And that also correlates with the rotations on the window dressing, right? And if you really think about why that is, and that's a very logical thing, with the year end, basically, right? So in a window dressing application, they have to kind of dress up their portfolio in a way that makes it looks more positive. Makes it look like they have done their job for their as a fiduciary duty for their investors for year end. And we have known and we have seen this quite a lot, right? It's harder to move the needles for more of the large cap stocks, right? But it's easier to move the needles and influence the market, knowing the fact that the pool of investors that are in the small cap stocks are typically more retail investors, right? So they're more prone to influence, right? So we subsequently compress the respective Chinese stocks and the small cap stocks in the last, I would say, 2 4 weeks or even a couple months so far, that as they shift that momentum on the media front, shift that momentum onto the monetary circulation front, you'll see a huge rally across the spectrum. So today we're normalizing because of yesterday, just a huge pump across the spectrum, right? So right now, what we're seeing in front of Ethereum is basically an anti-collision effect, but also because of the fact that we have been relatively depleted on a technical front, right? So that's why we are seeing the translations of the price level that we see in front of us and bouncing basically off of the 3,650, which we got there yesterday. And I'm so happy that some of my friends here actually bought in at that level, right? You guys are firstly taking the logical move, so no need to thank me. It's just that that's what the technical are saying, and you took the right risk management move, you know, like a pro, which is something that I look forward to cultivating and passing that on to you guys, so you guys will become, you know, I know some of you guys even said like fishermen. I can understand what that really means. It's like would you rather me giving you just fishes from the sea, or would you like me to teach you how to fish? And as part of my 2022 New Year resolution, as I'm building this platform, which I'm really extremely fortunate, and it's such a privilege to be able to speak to wonderful people like yourselves every single day. And as I establish this Patreon account, I will have more close proximity to be communicating with you guys, interacting with you guys. Um, And my goal for doing this is a question that I got from a friend yesterday. Why am I doing this? Right, I have been able to build, a good career in my life. I spent about a decade on Wall Street so far, and I made a good amount of money in my life, right? A good amount of assets that I feel can live comfortably at the moment. Um, but what's my life mission going forward, right? And my life mission is to help as many people as possible, right? I don't want you guys to worry about when's your next paycheck. Like, I want you guys to be, living your life to the fullest. I don't want financial security to be something that's always on the top of mind. I don't want you guys to be just like surviving. I want you guys to be living, right? And I know it's a crazy goal. Like Maurice, like you could barely take care of yourself. You're like working so hard and like you know. And this is a question I've gotten from my viewers before. Like, are you even taking care of yourself? Like you're working to your bones every single day. But it's because I love what I'm doing. I like to help people, and that's why I'm doing this. And my back to the point of my resolution is I want to be making as many, I guess, millionaires as possible, and eventually allow these people, or my friends here, to refocus their life, right, and channel their energy and their passion into pursuing something that will create greater value to the society. That's like my I guess my vow to you guys. It's a form of marriage to me. Like the engagement that I have with you guys, not just like, oh, I'm just like looking to talk to people on YouTube, blah blah blah, right? Is These are relationships that I care a lot about. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a deep one for early morning, especially. So let's just dive right into the technical analysis, right? So, with respect to the recording time of 8:28 a.m., we're basically an hour away from the equity market opening. Ethereum's just basically hovering above the $3,650, just about to go back up to the 3,850. Right, we're basically about like $70 away. So right now we're just levitating, right? Levitating around the $3,800. But we're basically $10 away. So give that the benefit of the doubt that we are actually there already. And at the moment right now, you can see clearly we are slowly curving up right now. So this is a good sign. It seems like we are recovering nicely. And you could see how many times we bounce off that 3,650, including the history, right? And if you look at this, is a bunch of consolidation zone as well. So I do like the current setup for Ethereum right now. Obviously, if you were able to get into the 3,650, that was like when we were really oversold. So that was the logical move. And I know who you guys are. So congrats to you guys again for even buying for yourself or buying for your family and friends. It could be like a nice New Year's Eve gift, I guess. In respect to Bitcoin, it's currently hovering just about 48, right? Logical. We are at the consolidated level, 42 out of 70. We are just gliding away. Do we see like 43? Do we see 40? I think 44 might be possible because of the level how much we are levitating off of the oversold level. 40 is definitely a stretch, right? Right now, I would say in terms of which one is more bullish, Bitcoin versus Ethereum, I would say Ethereum is way more bullish in terms of the current setup at the moment. Dogecoin, 17 cents, anywhere from the 16 to below would still be a better level with the 44 out of 70. So again, not the best, not the worst, but it is what it is. It's a meme coin ultimately, but if you believe it, like the way that Elon has been, supporting this on his Twitter posts and media front, then it is what it is. But ultimately, at the moment right now, I think the risk reward ratio is not terrible. Cardano is down about 0.39%. Anywhere from 135 to 120 is still good. With the OK level again, right? With the 50 out of 70, basically. So not the best, not the worst. I think, yeah, again, 120 is still the level I would place my limit order in. Solana, Solana is currently hovering around like a comfortable level 175 because it's a kind of like a flat number if you think about it, right? But 155, as we come back down, right? 155, 133 to 113 are still better level for us. And then the next one is 84 cents on XRP right now. With the 44 out of 70, we're about to form a death cross. So that means we're going to see some sell-off, but it's not going to be a dramatic one. It's going to be approximately around 78 cents. I think 78 to 75. I don't see 69 coming at all because that's a really big stretch. Based on like how far we are off of the levitation. So I would say 78 would be a good level. 75 would not be a level. But if you want to take some insurance, maybe 69 as well. And then polkadot is down about, it's basically flat, right? Anywhere from the 25 to below is still better level for us. ALGORAND's up about 6%. We're still surging. This is really high risk right now. I don't really recommend buying this at the moment. You can see how much of an outlier will form on this MACD. And the RSI is still at the OK level, so I don't really suggest. We basically try to break $2 at the moment, but we could see how many walls of barriers that we have to crack above, so not the best, right? Shiba Inu is up about 1.33%. Anywhere from 2,900 to below is still better level for us. MACTAC 175, 143 to 120 are still the level I would place at. We're about to form a death cross, so absolutely not the most ideal level to get in right now. AVAX up about 5%, 81, 60, still a better level for us. Still very overbought, I would say, in terms of upper echelon of neutral right now, so not the best again. Terra, we're having some short-term pump. This seems very bearish because this is like a head and shoulder. This is a head, shoulder. It's gonna be more sell-off coming. We're at a 61 out of 70. So this is just like retail investors try to linger on to try to stay above 100 all over again. This is a classic amateur move. So I would not touch this right now to save your life. Like, this is gonna be a bloody one. And this is just the early inning of it. We're clearly seeing a head and shoulder at the moment right now. So definitely no. And with respect to the another one, this is my friend's special. I want to just like bring it up here. Right now we're at the neutral level, 42 out of 70. So it's not the best, not the worst, right? Again, right, the 235 was the better level for us to incur in elrond. But right now, still in the frame of reference, right? If you refer to our chart. So these are risk management level. I based some revisions here and there this morning, just to tee up a little bit more, right? It's the last day of the trading session of this year. So, and yeah, you could see clearly we're still in the fair to attractive level for elrond, right? So that's it for this morning. I hope you guys have a great day, and happy New Year's Eve to the ones domestically. And thank you again for watching despite your day off. I know I think most people are off today, but my job is I love what I'm doing, so I'm never really off. But happy New Year's to the ones that are on the other side of the world. I know you guys are a day ahead of us, but I really appreciate you for joining me every single day. You guys are, making a big difference, and I appreciate you for joining me and supporting me on this journey going forward. So have a great day and stay tuned to come up. Take care.